Sometimes when you install a tile floor, it doesn't always match your previous floor in the other room. And sometimes you have to make a decision whether you want to install a transition between the door. But another solution is to add grout into the small transition area. Finding a matching grout that's going to match your current grout will be fairly easy. The tools that you would need will be a spatula, the grout, a bucket, and a sponge. Make sure you fill it with about half with water. Make sure you clean the area very well. You scrape off any extra compound or maybe glue from the flooring. That way you have a much better substrate there. Mix the grout as well as you can. If it's been sitting around in your garage, make sure you move it as much as you can so that way it's a little bit more, has a better consistency. You may require a little bit of water as well. Once the grout reaches that soft and spreadable consistency, it's pretty much ready to go on. And try to insert it into the opening. Now, some people don't like to do this. They like to do everything solely by doing it with a spatula. But sometimes I just like to do it. Just kind of spread it in with your finger because it's a little bit more maneuverable to get that in there. And as you can see, it's already starting to fill in that area. Make sure you don't have any harder parts. Get rid of those unless you can manage to, you have a large enough opening where you can insert those to create as fillers. And as you can see, it's starting to fill the area. But I don't want this to stay on that long and dry. So we want to hurry up, because if we do have a lot, let's just say, we don't want to dirty the tile or the floor. So that's where you come with you have the clean sponge, and you make sure you wipe it down that way. There you go. Then put it back into the water so it's ready for the next time. Go back through the areas that you've already put the grout on. That way, if there's some area that needs to get refills, or you won't have any gaps. Also, just put it on thick, because ultimately you're going to want for some to push in and then to create sort of that little bit higher elevation. Then you can even it off with the sponge. Now, we've been at this for approximately 5 minutes. That's all it takes. I mean, to put this in, and you keep just kind of moving it around. And then, there you go. The corners, just be careful. You don't want to have to paint or do extra work. If you're like me, you want to do a small little project and move on. You can see this is all really filling in nicely. And I started with the spatula, but like I said from the beginning, I just believed that the using your finger would be a lot easier. And just keep pushing it down. You don't want it to sort of collapse later into the opening, because then that'll only mean that you're going to have to come back and do it all over again. All right. Here we go. I think I got it all. So there we go. Put back the excess right into the bottle. Always have that sponge ready. That's why you need the bucket to be about halfway, because you want to easily, see, be able to clean this off. It's not only just cleaning it off, but it's also evening out the grout, which makes it look amazing. And then do it, and then do it again, and do it again. Go in every single direction that you can, and make sure that you clean off the areas like the tiles or the floor very well before it dries. Otherwise, you're going to have to come back and clean those off later on. And don't be afraid that it's a little wet. It dries very well after a while. And there you have it. Within 10 minutes, we have a great transition that matches the current one. And it seems a little light gray, but it will certainly dry a little darker soon. I would say give it about a good 12 hours before you put a sealer on it. I like to wait the 24 hours just to make sure. But it certainly is much better than putting a piece of wood that it's going to be a poor transition from one room to the other, and possibly a tripping hazard. And follow us for more video ideas. See you soon.